Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Usama Wis Al Korni. You can call me Usama. Today I am going to talk about my hometown and where I live. I will share some information about my hometown, what I like about it, and my experience of living there. So let's get started. This in my video there is the yes question and answer. Okay, the question one is, do you currently live in a city or a rural area? Yes, I currently live in a rural area in Rembang, Central Java. It is a quiet and peaceful place, and it is quiet, different from living in a big city. There are many green fields and open space around my home, so the environment feels fresh and relaxing. The area is also not too crowded, which makes it a comfortable place to live. I really enjoy living there because I can experience a calm atmosphere and spend time close to nature. And the question two is, what do you like most about where you like? Okay, what I like most about where I live is the peaceful atmosphere and the natural environment. I live in Rembang, Central Java, and I think Rembang is an interesting place because it has a mix of nature, culture, and history. One of the things that makes Rembang special is lasem, which is famous for its traditional batik lasem. Rembang also has beautiful coastal areas, so there are many different places to explore. I also like living there because the people are friendly and the environment is not too crowded. For me, living in Rembang feels comfortable because I can enjoy a quiet life while still having interesting place to visit. And the question three is, has your hometown changed much since you were a child? Okay, not really. My hometown has not changed much since I was a child. The rice fields are still there. The roads still feel familiar, and life in the village is still as simple and peaceful as I remember. However, some things have changed in a quieter way. Some of the people I used to know when I was a child are no longer here, and sometimes it feels strange to see their house without seeing them around anymore. The mosque near my home has also become much big than it used to be. I uh, used to be. I remember when it was smaller, and now it feels like it is grown along with the village. But in many ways, my hometown still feels the same. The rice fields are still green, people still know each other, and the atmosphere is still peaceful. Sometimes when I look around, it feels like I'm looking at a part of my childhood that never really disappeared, I think. Okay, next, the fourth question is, would you prefer to live in the city or the countryside in the future? Okay. In the future, I think I will prefer to live in the city, es- especially When I become an adult and start working, I like the countryside because it is peaceful. The the air the air feels fresh and life is not too crowded. It also reminds me of my childhood and gives me a sense of comfort. However, I think the city would give me more opportunities to study, work, and meet different kinds of people. There are also more places to learn new things and develop my skills. Uh, so, even though I will always love the peaceful feeling of my hometown, I think living in the city would be better for my future, but I will still love to visit my hometown often because no matter where I live, it will always feel like home. Okay, and the part two is describe your hometown or a place you know well. Okay, the question one is where it is and what it is like. Okay, my hometown is in Rembang, Central Java, Indonesia. It is a rural area, so it is quiet, peaceful, and not as crowded as a big city. There are many rice fields around my home, and the scenery is mostly green and open. The atmosphere is also very calm, especially in the morning when you can see people starting their daily activities. The people in my hometown are generally friendly and most of them know each other. Life there is quite simple, but that is actually what I like about it. I have known this place since I was a child, so many parts of it bring back memories for me. Even though it is just a small village, it feels very special because it is where I grow up. Okay, the question two is what you can do there. Okay, the question two is there are many. Okay, there are many simple things you can do in my hometown. You can walk around the village, enjoy the rice fields, or simply sit outside and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. You can also visit the mosque, meet friends, or spend time with your family and neighbors. If you like nature, you can explore the countryside and enjoy the fresh air. There are also some interesting places around Rembang that you can visit personally. I don't think you always need exciting activities to have a good time there. Sometimes just talking with friends, walking around the village, or watching the sunset is enough to make the day enjoyable. Okay. Next, next question, the third question is what people are like in that place. Okay. The people in my hometown are generally friendly, keen, and welcoming since it is a small village. Most people know each other and they usually help one of the nicest things about living in a rural area, you don't really feel like you are surrounded by strangers because there is a strong sense of community. I also like how people there are quiet, simple, and easygoing. They don't need many fancy things to enjoy their life. Sometimes they just sit together, talk about their day, or visit their neighbors. I think uh, this makes the atmosphere feel warm and comfortable. And then the last question is, what makes it special or memorable to you? Okay. What makes my hometown special to me is the memories I have there since I was a child. I remember the rice fields around my home, the people I used to know, and the simple life in the village. Even though some people I know when I was younger are no longer there, there. The memories I have with them are still important to me. Another thing I remember is the mosque near my home. It has become much bigger now compared to when I was a child. Seeing that change sometimes makes me realize now much. Okay, time has passed. Uh, for me, my hometown is special because it reminds me of where I came from. Whenever I go back there, even if many things have changed, I still get that familiar feeling of being dead at home. Okay, so that's a little story about my hometown. It might not be the biggest or most exciting place in the world, but for me, it is more than just a village. It is where I grew up, where I made many memories, and where I learned to appreciate the simple things in life. Maybe one day I will live somewhere else, perhaps in a busy city, but I don't think I will ever forget where I came from, because sometimes home is not about how beautiful or modern a place. It is about the memories, the people, and the feeling you have when you return. And for me, that feeling will always be Rembang. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.